What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video, we got our best build for the Lightbowgun weapon in Monster Hunter Now. So the Lightbowgun is, I would say, one of the more easier weapons to use. You get to stay at range. You don't have to worry about getting hit by enemies. You pretty much are going to save a lot of your health potions from using this weapon. One that I definitely highly recommend for new players. All right, let's jump into a battle real quick just so I can show it off. You have a bunch of different ammo depending on the weapon, and you also have to go ahead and kind of worry about aiming as well. However, the aiming isn't too bad, and you also have the reload too, that you have to, make sure that you reload properly, not when your enemy is about to jump on you. As you go ahead and reload, you're going to change through different ammos depending on the weapon. Red ammo, pierce ammo, just a variety of different ones that you can check. But what I love about the Lightbowgun is you'll see that we have our super skill ready to unleash. This is absolutely a devastating attack right here. Look at this. Bam. Absolutely insane power. So strong. We got to make sure we dodge that, and then we got the raining bullets ahead. So there's two things that we need to address with our gear that's going to give us extra buffs, so that way it's going to kind of eliminate the bad part about using the Lightbowgun, and that is the fact that we have recoil, and that is also the fact that we have to reload. So because of that, what we're going to do is we're going to specifically put on gear that's going to help eliminate those problems. We're going to take the Kataki helmet right here, and what this does is the first equipment skill is going to give us a reload speed buff. So it's going to slightly reduce the reload time for bowguns, and then once we get it to level 3, greatly reduces the reload time. And this is going to help us not have to worry about getting attacked by the monsters in case, we accidentally tap on the screen, or the reload time takes a little bit longer. And if you're facing those higher tough tier monsters, they kind of chain their attacks together. So you might dodge one and then you'll be like, oh, I can reload, but then like a second later, it'll trigger another attack. So very important. We want to really reduce the amount of reload time. And then a bonus one, once we get it to grade 6, we get Artful Dodger. It makes our perfect evades slightly easier to perform, and then all the way to significantly easier to perform. And that's just going to help us even more because we're going to be at a distance, but we can still go ahead and dodge because there are certain monsters that do jump at you and stuff. And even though it is a ranged weapon, it's not like unlimited range. You still have to be somewhat close to the monsters in order to hit them. Moving on to our chest piece. This is our male. We're going to be taking the Palumu set, and that's going to be right here, the Lumu Male. Now with this equipment skill, we're going to get recoil down. It's going to slightly reduce the bowgun recoil all the way up to level 3, which greatly reduces it. This again is just going to make shooting the enemies a lot easier and faster. Now if you're a brand new player and you don't have access to some of these higher tier equipments, you can just kind of use whatever you have access to. A lot of the beginning gear is universally good, like the leather set. And if all else fails, just look for gear that's going to buff different elementals. So if you're going up against an elemental that's weak to water, look for a piece of armor that has a water bonus or lightning bonus or poison bonus, whatever it may be, until you go ahead and unlock some of these higher tier gear sets. Now for our gloves, you're going to want to take the Legion gloves. However, I do not have those unlocked just yet. So a substitute for that is going to be the Palumu gloves. And we're going to get 2 really good buffs with our equipment skills. The first one we're going to get is concentration. It's going to increase our special gauge fill rate by a percentage. Your special for the Lightbowgun is extremely powerful. You can take out huge chunks of enemies' health. And then the last one at grade 4, we're going to get Divine Blessing. Divine Blessing is just a universal amazing skill that you can use no matter what weapon you have equipped. We're going to get a percentage chance of reducing the damage we take from a monster's attack by 50%, which it's always good to reduce the damage you take. For our coil gear, I like the Anjanath set. This is another one though that is a higher tier that you may not have unlocked as a new player. We're getting fire resistance, which is good depending on which monster you're facing, but I really like once you do get this to grade 6, the special boost. increases the damage of special skills by a percentage. So this is going hand in hand with the other one. We're boosting our special gauge rate. We're gonna go ahead and increase the amount of damage our skill does. If you don't have that set yet, you could take the Lumu coil, which gives you another divine blessing. You could also go for like the leather set as well. If we go all the way to the top, it's gonna give us a health boost, water resistance. And then for our final piece of gear for our greaves, we're gonna go with the Baroth greaves. It's gonna give us 2 amazing skills. We're gonna get recoil down again for reducing the recoil of our Lightbowgun. And then at grade 4, we're gonna get the defense boost, which is just gonna increase our defense, which doesn't necessarily play a huge factor because for the most part, we're gonna be at a good distance, so we shouldn't really take damage. However, just having extra defense is always great. As far as the weapons go, you just wanna match the Lightbowgun weapon's elemental type with whatever monster you're going up against. And if you do not have an element that it's weak to, use whatever weapon you have that has the highest attack. So this one has 236. And this would actually be better to use if, let's say, I don't have a poison weapon unlock, instead of using like the water, 174 attack with the elemental bonus of 53 for water. That's not going to help facing a monster who's weak to poison. So for that instance, you would just go ahead and use something like this that has no element on it, but has very high attack. That is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. We're going to cover all the different weapons. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on those. Stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.